saw
court.
that. I saw that.
There are three made it onto the court, and another one got thrown and hit a kid in the back of the head at another game.
So, all right, look,
So that's four dildos.
I'm
It seems
not,
coordinated because they're all the same color too.
I'm
I mean,
not
it is all at
online,
Valkyrie games too.
but
So
but I am aware of this situation.
hmm
What is going on? Like, didn't they arrest someone at one of the games?
yeah, so like I think the initial reaction was kind of like, all right, that's funny. This game is so gay that it's like raining dildos, right? But it was a dude that got arrested, so it wasn't like in the family as far as we can tell. So I don't know what
Are
I don't know what
are dudes not allowed to go to WME games, or what's you're just saying
what
it
I
wasn't
meant
like a
was we
lesbian?
thought it was like a sapphic thing. Yeah, like it was a lesbian thing.
Gotcha.
So then it was just a guy throwing a dildo at a bunch of women playing basketball. Oh, that's a different vibe than like a lesbian like essentially throwing her underwear at the players. You know what I mean? Like the energy is different.
Well, like
Maybe
you
it was
gotta be
his
He's
dildo?
got to be a fan, right? You don't just go fucking guilt, right? Like
I mean, I would
Well,
hope that we bought tickets he's a fan, but
This is
That's what
my
I'm
whole
saying.
thing. Is like,
There's-
who's
but
paying
there's-
to go to these games and then
I
throw
don't
dildos?
know. Dummies. I
So-
don't know. It could also be someone who like is some, Portnoy head who wants to like go viral with his manosphere overlord. I don't fucking know, man.
Are there Portnoy heads? That's what we call them. Is that the
don't
thing?
No,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I know who he is. I've seen
this
some
is
of the
called
things he
Together,
said.
right? Together.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric. This is like as easy a title as they get. So
All right.
you know.
This is automatopoeia. Like
Yeah.
Calm yourself.
Oh.
How are you feeling all shorn, John? Do you feel like Samson vibes? Do you still feel powerful? What's the tea?
Yeah, I feel great. Suzanne's very happy, so that's
There you go.
that helps. That's a
Happy
Was
plus.
it hard to
Happy
say
wife and all
goodbye
that?
to the locks?
No, it was not hard. Um, but Casey, we're gonna need a mic check. We need a mic check. Where is your mic? I don't see it. I can usually see the mic.
It's right here.
Ah, there you go. All right.
I can't get it over where I normally air. I don't know why.
It's getting. It's like picking up the background thing for some reason. It like looks like you're moving the background around.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just bio break and I'll be right back.
Get it.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, sounds good. We were having Eric audio issues earlier, so I think they've gotten resolved. Wait, but Rachel, didn't you get to see Together press? I don't understand. So they screened Together, not gay as far as I can tell, but
Pretty gay.
what's the?
I mean, we'll get into it, but I mean, there's the character.
which
who
one?
is-
There's only two.
No, there's more than two. There's a character who is like textually queer.
Oh my god! I saw this movie and like have already forgotten who's the queer character now.
I mean, I guess if people are here, they're here for the spoilers, right? Like the neighbor.
Oh well. Oh yeah. Okay.
And then
yes.
there is a lot of, I don't know if it's intentional. Well, I mean, I know it's not intentional because I talked to the director who also wrote it, but like there is like incidental, like a lot of gender stuff in this.
Yeah, that for sure. Well, there's gender that's like some of the most interesting stuff, but it's like gender dynamics within the context of their hetero relationship. At least that's how I was reading it. I don't know.
Think about how the movie ends and like what the result of the end is. And
Oh.
like what that kind of says about the implications of
Sure.
gender. Like
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. I'm
trying not to spoil it because I don't know if anybody who was in the chat.
if you're watching
we should probably
early
save
on
this
our-
for the episode.
if you're watching early, like, come on, you're here, you're getting spoiled. Okay, fair enough. But
yeah,
like,
there's a lot of queerness in this.
yeah, well, I would say there's just a lot of like playing with like gender roles, period. Which, if that equates to queerness, sure. Fair
I'm
enough.
talking about specifically also like sex and gender, not like sex. Like, I mean, like
Yeah.
Yeah, just me, and I've seen it. Okay, fine, Liz. So like, well, I'll save it for the review. 'Cause then
Now
I'm
we're
not gonna
just
have anything
talking to
to
Liz
say.
directly.
No, I think that there's a lot of stuff about like what. Yeah, I don't know. I want to
I'll
save
be
it
right
for the
back.
review, but
That's fine.
this is a highly queer film, and yeah.
Weapons
Also-
not queer. Just no queerness at all.
I mean, like the way that women would fall on a sword to touch the hem of Julia Garner's skirt feels like they should let me in that screening.
That's good.
But-
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah, fair.
So, but no, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
I'm also trying to make a Frankenstein thing happen. We'll see what happens.
Wait, but I thought that's not till the end of the year, isn't it?
That's not till the end of the year, but they're already gearing up shit. I
Yeah,
just did Wednesday, and then what's next? Stranger Things. I don't know what's happening with Stranger Things. I think they're going to be really, really careful around the press around that because of the whole like.
I could give zero fucks about Stranger Things.
Okay.
Wait, what's
Not
the
from your
Stranger
point of view, I'm
Things
just saying.
issue now?
So the queer actor in that, I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Is that the one that
like-
plays Will?
Bill,
The
Yes.
younger kid?
Yes. Noah something. He's like very, very pro-Israel and like has come out very strongly. And so like I think they're Netflix. Well, I think I surely shouldn't be talking out of turn, but I think that's going to create challenges in terms of like press lines and things of that nature. People are going to talk to him about it, and they don't want them to.
Feels like a topic.
Yeah.
Not great.
he's
for
like the
story.
Finn Wolfhard best friend.
Yeah, the one that's
Yeah.
like in love with Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah. I'm like, I have one more episode to watch in the last season. I think I told you guys I saw the play.
Oh yeah, how
which
was it?
It was awesome.
You were going. It was good.
It was very cool. It's very cool. Yes, that's what convinced me to go back and watch the last season, which is ridiculous in retrospect because like the play is basically only based on the fourth season. Like it only like if you haven't seen the fourth season, you're like doing yourself a disservice to go see at some level. But
Yeah, I have to catch up. I'm a little bit behind.
it's fine. I'm gonna watch it through the end now, but like it's fine. I don't know.
It's like one of those ones that I kind of like can watch and do other things because I'm not that invested in it. So like I have some projects I need to get through, and Stranger Things is perfectly fine to have in the background. I don't have to be glued to the screen because I know Eleven's gonna do this at the end and fix it.
It's like a joke, but it's also like 100%. That's all that happens. Like
Literally.
it's crazy.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they're going to start the next season, and everybody's going to have been dispersed and like have all this tension. And it's just the same.
Who's
They have to
dead on
come
that
together.
show?
Who's dead?
Who have they killed off? Yeah.
Well, they killed the
Mostly
Is
side
David
characters.
Harbour still on it?
Yeah.
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 Winona Ryder?
He thought for sure he was going to die in the first season.
Right.
I guess we should say who's going to make it through this season because they're going to kill some people off. You know they're going to like.
They have to.
They have to.
Well, I haven't watched the last
I'm
episode of the fourth
thinking-
season.
Hooper, done.
You think he doesn't make it? That makes
No.
sense.
You got to kill somebody to tug at the heartstrings a little bit, right?
Maybe
feel like-
11 like explodes and she becomes like just like lives in the
Maybe.
ether or something.
She's going to become like a magical tree or something.
Yeah.
Casey, can I get a mic check from you, Casey? I think
Oh.
you're muted.
Now you're muted. Yeah.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah. He was just talking.
Oh, you
Yeah,
just
that's
changed your
weird.
mic?
Oh,
Yeah.
now
There
you're
we
back.
go.
You were like
Ah.
podcasting from the bottom of the ocean. It was very strange.
I didn't change anything. I
Alright,
didn't touch anything.
I'm just turning your mic down a little bit. Can you mic check? Outdoor voice?
Check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Beautiful. Okay. All right, I'm ready. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Let's
Y'all
go.
ready?
Sorry, I was paying my water bill.
You're good. All right, let's do it. Hello, everybody, and welcome into another exciting episode of Bloody Good Horror. My name's Eric, and I'll be your host for this evening, where we will be reviewing together, starring real-life couple Dave Franco and what's her name?
Alison
I lost
Brie.
it.
Oh, stop.
Alison
Like
Brie.
you don't know her name. You stop.
You know, yes. And every time I say it this evening, it'll be wistfully. I feel similarly about her like I do about like Rose Byrne. Like I'd like her to like read me a bedtime story, but like you know, in a
I can get
non-wholesome
on
way.
that for sure.
Joining me tonight, first up from Manhattan, New York City. Please welcome John Schnarch to the show.
Eric, I'm in the glorious Hudson Valley. I'm closer to Jan residence than to Manhattan at this point.
Still not in real upstate, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, yeah. Middle state.
Next up from Indiana, please welcome Casey.
Hello.
And last up tonight from the mean streets of Oakland, California, the toughest person on the show. Please welcome Rachel. to the
Don't
show.
mess with me, boys. Don't fuck with me, fellas.
Yeah, see?
Sorry.
John, fun fact, and I'll say this to listeners, they should enjoy our theme music for the next few weeks because come the fall,
Oh,
we're going to have new theme music
Whoa!
for the first time in about 3-4-ish something years, I think.
Get out of here. No, it's got to be longer than that.
That album, well, 2021, so 4 years that album came out. Yeah.
I would have guessed like 10 years at this point.
It's a good reminder, John. If you like the theme song, you can go to Spotify and search for Hi-Fi, HY-FY, and this new song will release on Spotify at the same time. So you can go
so this is like a little hi-fi marketing ploy is what's happening here.
1000%. This is all I got, John. This is my
Just
platform.
own it. That's just own
This
it.
is my
That's fine.
platform. Yeah.
Look, I got some marketing plugs for later. Just, make sure I get the time.
Please, always. All right, let's do it. Let's take a quick break and discuss together.
This is it, Jennifer. Your big break in TV. From the prime time. Main feature.
John, if I had sound effects or something, I would play taps right now for the fact that you got a haircut.
Oh, it's true. Yeah.
You've gone from Winter Soldier back to just Bucky Barnes. You know?
What? Well, wait. Bucky Barnes is the Captain America, right? Or is that the Winter Soldier's name?
I think
That's
Winter
Winter
Soldier's name is
Soldier's
Bucky
name.
Barnes.
Yes.
You just brush up on your fucking Marvel. I haven't even seen those stupid
I'll take your
movies,
nerd
John.
card, please.
Yeah. Excuse me. I'll. Wait, what was Captain America's name? Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, you're feeling real
the performative coolness, like
Pre-Winter
I don't know
Soldier,
this-
we've gone-
these characters' names. I'm far too cool. Then you pull them out.
Rachel, I definitely had the Bucky Barnes Marvel 1993 collector card. Like
There you go.
Yeah, please, come on. But
Was that just what you call your mirror?
yeah,
I 100% knew who none of these people were until these movies came out. Like, I knew there was a Captain America, but I couldn't have told you their names.
So I was at well, I think maybe since last time we did the show, I went to San Diego Comic-Con and came back to have we done a show since then? I can't even remember. But when I was at the bar at Comic-Con, they had Winter Soldier just like on the TVs at the bar. And I was like,
Just for you.
gotta be in fucking Comic-Con for this shit to be on TV. But yeah, it's pretty fun. It's good movie. Good
Did you
scenes.
sidle up to the bar and like strategically placed in front of the screen to see if anybody would start buying your drinks?
Sadly, no. I was paying for my own drinks
Ah.
as yet. Yeah, it was tough.
Business manager, my ass.
Schnar's doing finger guns. Hey.
Yeah, no. Sebastian was not in attendance as far as I could tell. So,
Good to know.
yeah.
All right. Please bring us the word of the day.
Eric, today's word is copulate.
Oh.
Copulate. That's COPULATE. Copulate. Very simple definition here, guys. Have sexual intercourse.
To bone.
It's
We
the whole
made it
thing.
17 years without using copulate.
I looked, I checked,
Visit
and I'm
That's
pretty
nuts.
the
sure
bone
it's never
zone.
If you go, if you like Google it and then like put in the, like synonyms or whatever, it really does give you like any vulgar derivation you would like. It's pretty fun. Good times.
Mhm,
Comes to us from the Latin copula. Fastened together.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect for this movie. There you go.
You're
All right.
welcome.
I love it. John, tell me what this movie's about. Tell me about Together.
Together.
Copulating.
Okay, there's actually less copulating than you would think.
Yeah.
Going in. Michael Shanks, first-time director, also first-time writer. I mean, he's done a bunch of shorts, but Michael Shanks, writer-director here, as Eric mentioned, stars real-life copulators Dave Franco and Alison Brie. Only suspected. We don't know confirmation there, but they play. What are their names? I'm sorry, I have to look at my phone because
Tim and Millie.
Yes, I'm podcasting from the iPad, so I have to look at my phone while I'm doing this. But Tim and Millie. Tim is like kind of a man-child type character who does he even have a like real job other than trying to be a musician and sort of like
Didn't sound like it.
No. I
yeah,
don't
he
think
like
so.
he plays in bands and like may or may not earn actual income from that. Millie is a teacher, an educator, and we meet them. They're living in New York City. One of the most, I think it's New York, or maybe they don't even say it's New York. It is a city. It looks like New York. One of the most unbelievable parts of this is that a teacher and an unemployed husband, or not husband, sorry, I should say, they're not actually married. They are in the film. They are cohabitating. They're together, you might say.
They're sinners.
Yeah, they
Different movie,
but they live in like a pretty nice apartment in the city on a teacher salary, which I don't know if you guys have heard about the affordability crisis in this country, but it's strange for
You
Julie.
couldn't live on a teacher salary where I am, John.
So they have wisely, one might say, decided to relocate to not even the suburbs. Like they've moved closer to like where Eric lives,
Country-ish.
presumably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in the burbs, but yeah, like a little small town.
I'm giving you a hard time. Yeah, but they're actually like pretty country, right? Like they
Listen, as much as I make fun of Casey, there are farms within 10 minutes of kind of any direction of where I am.
I mean,
so,
I have a farm across the street from where I'm sitting right now, but
yeah, it's your second home, doesn't count.
I mean, they're like they moved to the quote unquote country. She's going to be a teacher at like I don't know some school, whatever. She's like excited about that, and he's like gonna keep doing music stuff, but outside the city. And we get this. I guess it's like there's like the this sort of like intro sequence where we get the two dogs and we see this thing where there's like a cave and there's these dogs that drink from this like sort of ominous pool of water and then they like merge into each other. And so through like a confluence of events, Tim and Millie are sort of like out hiking. They stumble into this cave. It's like a rainstorm, so they're like trying to get out of the rain a little bit. And they get stuck there overnight, and basically Tim decides like I'm gonna drink this water. Like they're so thirsty. He gives Millie the rest of the water that they brought with them, and he's gonna drink from the pool. And so then he starts to experience some of the same symptoms that we saw these dogs go through, only in like the briefest glimpses. He basically has this like, when I say physical attraction to Millie, like he is like at pains when he is apart from her. There is like an attraction, that is like pulling them together in a way that it's sort of like body horror-ish. They like get stuck together at times when their bodies make contact, which like happens very briefly in the first sequence, and then sort of like in more grotesque ways as the film goes forward. we should say that their relationship was definitely strained. We can kind of get into exactly what that looks like. And so moving to the country was like a thing they did for Millie. Tim
Eat a
sort of
lot
like
of
agreed to
peaches.
do it. Yeah, but he's, let's say,
You
not
didn't
happy
hear.
with
You
it.
didn't hear a word I said. I said, "Eat a lot of peaches, John."
Eat a lot,
It's-
yeah,
it's-
because they moved to the country. Yeah, sure. No,
90s
I just plow
classic.
ahead, Eric. I got to plow ahead.
At least acknowledge
Um,
me, then you can move on.
But
Withholding.
yes. And then what else? Oh, well,
That's
so,
our
like,
codependence, Rachel, which we'll get into codependence later.
Oh boy.
the
Yeah, tag yourself in this relationship.
there is like a hinting at a sort of broader cult like system around what's going on with this cave. There's like these bells that have these weird designs on, like a sun thing. I don't know, maybe someone can explain to me more if that has specific connotations. Yeah, and so they things begin to escalate, and they are forced to come together. We should stop there, and we can
Sure.
pick it up as we go.
Rachel, why don't you kick us off?
Okay, cool. So I famously love me some body horror. I mean, like, I think almost all horror is essentially metaphor and like talking about the human spirit and the human psyche, all those kinds of things. And I think that body horror is probably the most potent of those metaphors for me, to kind of really visually describe sort of like an internal struggle or like a perversion of the like mind or soul or whatever. But it also tends to be kind of a massive bummer, you know? So you do have to sign up for it because it's going to be emotionally expensive for the most part. So I went into this with that same expectation of just like physical grotesqueness and heartbreak. Like I was like, okay, here we go. Let me get my popcorn. I'm ready to have my heart broken. So I was actually really pleasantly surprised by this movie that body horror can sometimes actually be kind of a feel-good experience. It also doesn't hurt that they cast two of the most likable people in Hollywood who
Feel
have
good is a fascinating way to describe this movie. Now I'm
Oh,
interested.
I had a pep in my step walking out of this theater. I mean, I think there is some tonal discordance because they do really try to go for everything. Like we get scares, we get gross out, we get humor. There's some like heavy emotional beats to this and even some sexiness. And we all know I like sexy horror. And I think some of those worked better together. But honestly, I just had a good time with this. I laughed, I squirmed. In the end, I kind of felt a little bit like less nihilistic than I usually do watching one of these films. You know, like, and so, and
That's a
I
high
know
bar for you. So
it is. It actually, and I'm very comfortable with that normally, but it kind of defied my expectations when I sat down. I was expecting to be in a very different headspace when I left the theater. John and I talked a little bit about this on the pre-show. I also think that this movie incidentally has a lot of really interesting things to say about like gender and sex and, you know, the implications of how important it is and what it actually maybe even signifies about us when we are gendered. But that's like major spoiler territory, so I'll hold it. But overall, yeah, I really like this a lot.
Casey.
So I avoided a lot. I tried to avoid this movie just to avoid the hype train. I knew Rachel saw it early, and I didn't want to get, overhyped because I do love me some body horror too. So I wanted to go into this one fairly fresh, and luckily my plan worked out. I went into this not knowing exactly what I was getting into. I didn't read any of the articles. I think it really added to the experience, and it ended up being this weird little story that with the body horror mixed in, and I think the body horror added in. I can't talk as much about the plot beats as well as Rachel just did. I think there's a lot of message going on in here, a lot of metaphor that's going on in the watching their relationship and the struggles that they're going through. Felt like it was, it felt real and it felt poignant enough to get you engaged. I think it's something that just about anybody out there can relate with what they were going through too, especially in that newlywed phase. It's weird for everybody. And playing on that and adding that body horror in just kind of took that all to another level, which I really enjoyed. The body horror itself, like the effects and the makeup, was pretty cool. There's sometimes you can see, the shortcuts and stuff that were in there, which is cool, which is fine. it turned out being really great on the screen, especially in that final scene. When we get to the end, there's some cool stuff I thought going on there effects wise, and yeah, overall, again, like Rachel said, this is like two of the most beautiful couple in Hollywood. So yeah, it's easy to sit back and smile and and enjoy the ride too. And luckily, they tell a good story. And I also wanted to mention Damon Harriman, who was the weird teacher neighbor guy. I love that guy. I just want to call out because I always thought he was great as Dewey Crow, and it's great seeing him in here with the whole, how much range he actually has to see it on display. Because he was so good as a redneck in Justified.
Oh, and just
I
I was
never
like,
saw
well,
that.
Yeah, so
okay,
yeah, Dewey Crow on Justified. He was fantastic in that too.
he is good. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I ended up liking this movie a lot. I don't know that I left with a pep in my step. Like that is a stronger way to frame it. Here's what I would say. It is, and I've been talking to a couple people about it, like just in sort of like random conversations. Like I was trying to describe it to someone the other day as like it is sort of like doing similar work as a film like The Substance, but on just like a much smaller scale. Like it is a like intimate, personal body horror story. Like that is exploring relationship dynamics. I think Rachel, like we'll get into it, but like I think there's tons of stuff obviously about gender that has like broader implications, but it's still told on a much smaller scale than like International Star, who like, it becomes like it's just it is like body horror at a different like plane in some ways, which I really liked. Like it is a much more intimate story. There's like 3 characters in the whole movie, I mean, so I think Alison Brie and Dave Franco are just doing incredible work here. Like as an actual couple, to be able to sort of like go to some of the places that they go, I mean, it just works. And so I thought the effects all looked great. Like I mean, look, like you can like. I was pleased that they were as practical looking as they were, and that to me is like a strength, and so, like if I have any knock, I think like so. Here's what I'll say: the reason this ended up working for me is like it kind of goes the full Monty, the same way The Substance does. Like The Substance goes like to 11, This goes to like the full 10 at least, and I was pleased that it sort of did it.
You're teeing me up for my hot take here.
No,
which
sure.
is that this is a much better film than The Substance.
Well, come on.
I mean, like, I'll at least entertain that as an argument. But let me just finish by saying, I felt like there were, like, and I already said, the least believable parts to this are that they could afford to live in the city on one teacher salary. just like. If one of them had a trust fund, maybe I would believe that. But
well, I mean, one of them has just been orphaned. Maybe that's family money.
Fair, okay.
Does it make you an orphan?
They also
if you're
bought that house.
Does it make you an orphan if you're an adult?
Sure.
Is that
like,
how that works?
Yeah.
As far as the states go.
I think the film does enough to justify why they are still together, and like sort of you're really the film catches them at a moment in their relationship where like it feels like it could be ending. Like there are those conversations that they're having, which felt real and believable.
Mm-hmm.
It is otherwise, it strains credulity at times that she stays with him because he is like,
John,
kind of
I've seen some shit in my life.
No, well,
the depths of human denial will never shock me.
Well, and so that's sort of what the movie's about at some level, right? Yeah. So like that's the part of this
because the choice that they're confronted with is accept and confront your denial about the life you're in and change it, or fully embrace it and decide like this is going to be the rest of our lives, right? Like that's kind of what's so interesting about it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty aligned with all you guys. I think this is great. I think the simplicity is actually why it's so great, and it's why I like it more than something like The Substance. You can't argue like The Substance is a more ambitious film, and we don't have to relitigate it, but I think there's like a lot lost in translation with what they're doing there, and there's a lot that's almost like too on the nose, but while also being confusing. What's really fascinating about this movie to me, you guys have hit on a lot of the points, like so much of the heart of it is just their chemistry together, which is so very apparent. I don't know that Dave Franco's the best actor in the world, but the two of them, she's fantastic, and she pulls him along with her. And I think the two of them together have so much chemistry that like it just works. Because to be honest, he's got like one line delivery, and it's been the same since he was in Superbad for 30 seconds.
Have you guys seen him in the studio?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think he got an Emmy nomination for the studio, didn't he?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's just like a likable kind of workman-like actor, and I think that works here. I think what's interesting about it is this is kind of to me this is the sweet spot of, you know, for lack of a better term, elevated horror, because it is a film that's got something cooking under the hood, and it was clearly based on personal experience, and there are larger things like you guys are saying about gender and relationships, and like all that stuff is there. What they don't forget to do is like make it a genre movie in at times a very genre-y way, for lack of a better. I mean, like that's it's just the only word I can
that's
think
an
to describe
appropriate
it.
definition.
Like
yeah.
it is often a horror movie, but not to the detriment of the deeper stuff that's happening under the surface. To an extent. And this is what's so interesting, because like we're horror movie media literate, obviously, in a way that only like a subset
I hope so.
but like no, but in a way that only a subset of people are. So are the people that listen to our show, right? Like they have heard about this movie. They've probably seen the clips promoting it. Like they've been out. They might have seen them interviewed by Rachel out on Instagram or something. So we know going in, this movie is about codependence, right? Although those themes are there, like no one's hitting you over the fit. Like I was really just thinking about the kind of like, well, there weren't normies in my theater, to be fair, and I don't know how this movie fared at the box office. Yes, I'm pretty positive I was sharing the theater with a polycule, which was a whole other thing.
Were they wearing a lot of like upside down pineapple shirts? Or...
The guy was giving fedora, and like one of the ladies had pink hair. You know, like sometimes you just know.
I know, like
Sorry,
that's an
Rachel.
attack on Rachel at some level. Yeah,
There's
like,
different kinds of pink
Why
hair.
am I catching stray?
There's different kinds of pink hair colors. But Rachel, if you were with like a dude in a fedora and another lady, I'd be like, like this.
Did he have an actual fedora, or was it more just like you could
No,
see
it was
the
his
ghost
aura.
of a fedora?
Fedora.
Like a
Fedora aura. Okay.
Yeah. But what I'm getting at is, if you're like a normie who's just going in as a horror movie, I don't think you ever come out of this thinking like this is a movie about codependence, because like it's not super textual.
Come on,
And they're
like, you have to be
100% no, John. First of all, you have to have sniffed a therapist's room to even fucking know what codependence is, for starters.
Yeah,
That
all right.
automatically
TikTok
discounts.
exists.
Yeah.
Sure, if you're younger, yes.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just saying, I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I think this is actually in the movie's favor. Because if you don't get that, you still get like a hell of a genre movie with like fantastic effects, weird.
get what you're
You
getting
don't
at,
know what's going to happen next at any moment. And that's where the sweet spot always is for me. Like it's original, it's shocking, it's funny at times, it's disgusting. And I famously, if you listen to the show, hate body horror. So the fact that I'm into this, like, I think is a testament to how well they thread the needle in this film. Yeah, big thumbs up. Big thumbs up. I do have an Alison Brie crush, and I want to acknowledge that because I feel like it's
You're a man, Eric.
You
You're a
said
man.
that, I was
Here.
like, this movie is going to do nothing to dissuade that.
Yeah.
I'll
Get
tell
ready
ya.
to lean on
And I
in.
wish the sex scenes were like not quite as horrifying as they were, but it was enough.
We're
Eric,
done.
did you maybe you clocked? Because I did look up. I was like, how old is her? She was 1982, fellow 1982er.
Same age, and I would big
There we
guess he's a hair younger.
I think so. I think he is like 84, maybe. I think I looked.
He's so young.
So can I
He's
give
like you,
guys
John.
my-
He's ageless. Yeah, he's 40.
There you go.
What?
No
You know what they're talking
Hollywood
about?
vampire.
I don't know if you asked him about this, Rachel, but apparently everyone's hounding him to play Luigi
Yeah.
in
saw
an
that.
as yet existing biopic, and I'm like, he could
No.
play. He's 27. He could.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mean,
the one I saw said he was down.
Yeah.
mean,
No,
come
I
on.
just talked to him about Society, like that. Like
I was very
that what
impressed
we
that they
talked about.
knew about Society. Surely,
And we're
somebody had
very
briefed them
excited
on
by the
that.
reference. I was like, these
Yeah.
are our people. Well, they had went at the screening I went to. They did like a introduction where they were like, "We love horror. We wanted to make a horror film." So I was like, "Let's see if they let's gatekeep a little
yeah,
bit."
yeah,
Yeah.
You stroked
Did they
my
just
chest
buy?
for a moment.
Did they just buy the T-shirt of the band at the department store?
No,
No, I was
they
pretty.
went to
I
the
was pretty
show.
impressed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
No,
I?
I like this, and there's. Sorry, John. I
no,
figured
go.
I'd jump in there. There's times in this now, especially now that we've been talking about this, that because this reminded me of It Follows some, just the way the kind of the off-scene menace that you don't really know what's happening, which is also very Lovecraftian in its roots too, which I was down for, which I thought that was interesting. There was another one I was thinking of. Oh yeah, because now that we've been talking about it, this also gives me kind of feelings of pandemic horror too. Just kind of the isolation they had going on there in
It's,
the house
it's such a
and
tiny
separated.
cast, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you 100%
Yeah,
could have
yeah.
shot
Well,
this
when we
in, like,
first
2021.
the very first trailer that we got for this, I thought it was going to be a pandemic movie about them being sort of like locked together, which
Yeah.
it ends up, it's not. But I totally, yeah, you could read it that way. Okay, let me give you guys my one. If I'm gonna pick some nits, let me pick a nit or two. And look, this is one of these situations where Rachel, you might tell me I missed something, and that's totally fine. But
That doesn't sound like me.
the mechanics of you would never the mechanics of their affliction, especially in the third act, I felt like they were playing a little fast and loose with the rules. And I will reference, there's sort of two scenes. There's the scene where, and I can't remember what she's doing, but when he runs back to the hole, she's with the neighbor. I think she's like doing something with the neighbor. Like she has to go back to the neighbor, maybe to get the keys or something. And
Yeah.
he sprints for the hole. How the hell are they able to get that far away from each other?
Muscle
Because then
relaxers.
literally it's like the next scene where they're being like magnetically like sucked into each other, like outside. Where
That was
they're-
the muscle relaxers, right?
Yeah,
That's
wasn't it
the
the
muscle
value?
relaxers
Yeah.
wearing off. Yeah.
They were sort of
okay,
saying
all right.
that like while they're in their system, they can like separate.
Yeah.
That was a little like okay.
It's a well, when
Yeah.
the moment when they come up with that, it's a bit of a leap. I feel like it's very like in a. I'll give you this because it's very much like in a supernatural movie where somebody just guesses what the ghost wants and they just happen to be right.
Yeah.
Like oh, if we take these pills that are 5 feet
Well, I
from
mean,
me, it'll
he'd
do
been
this.
taking them. He'd been taking them, and he was like, so I think he was experiencing this longer because he drank the water earlier, so he'd been
Yeah.
experiencing this longer and had been dosing himself with muscle relaxers and figuring out that when he was asleep, when they were wearing off, is when things like hair eating were occurring.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, that was
Okay.
gross.
That was
There are
did
many-
incredible.
Millie didn't get infected by any water, right?
Well, she was fine. She
No,
didn't drink in the cave.
Right.
She
Yes.
didn't. I thought they.
So
She
did
didn't
she
drink in the
become
cave.
infected
She got
by
infected
him?
by the neighbor. The neighbor, when she goes over, he's like, I wish I had something stiffer to give you, and he gives her a glass of water.
See, I thought,
Oh, you were
all right.
100%
I thought
right.
she did get infected in the cave, but I guess that makes more sense because it's
No,
happening
That's
all
why
right.
really
she's like,
first.
you're out of your mind. And then she drinks it, and it's like right after that when they're walking together, and she's mad at him, and he touches her hand, and then their fingers entwine. Like that is the moment it's starting to kick in.
I did not clock the neighbor dosing her, so that
I didn't either.
actually Is
That helps a lot.
That helps. Yes.
And that
Rachel,
night
see-
she does the thing up against the door, and like that's when they get pulled down the hallway together because now they're
Yeah.
both highly under the
Gotcha.
influence of it.
Yeah.
See, you're doing the thing that you said you never do, so it's fine.
Yeah.
This is great. This is very helpful. This is why I come here. Yeah, I mean, I still feel like okay, the muscle relaxers. Because does she take the muscle relaxers before they're able to like walk apart from each other at that point?
Yeah, don't you remember them smashing them into the
Yeah,
ground
and they're, like,
Yeah, snorting them off the floor.
ground?
Look, I saw it Friday like afternoon, so it's been it's been like a hot second, and I'm like trying to
That
remember
scene
the
is
order of
so
operations. Okay.
Yeah.
I think one thing that's like a undeniable about this movie, and I say this sometimes, but you'll see scenes from this movie in a documentary about 2020's horror in like 20 years. It'll be the hands going together. It'll be the bathroom scene at the school.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this movie succeeds, I think, in crafting several scenes that are like immediately just iconic because they're so unique and memorable.
Well, even that
no.
scene with the Sawzall when when he first got sick.
Sawzall.
Yeah.
The best. That's one of the funniest moments in the movies.
Yeah.
When she picks it up and hits the trigger and goes, "Ugh," and he's like, Jesus Christ.
He's like, oh God.
You're left-handed. Ugh.
And she's drunk because he had drank and they're connected and like that. It was just funny.
Yeah.
See, I will say too,
And
this
I
is
think,
another
but for me,
situation-
the humor helps. This is why I struggle with Cronenberg movies because they are just
humorless. Yeah.
pitch black and humorless. Like
Yeah.
this movie is funny and really plays off the kind of ridiculousness of the premise.
there's a bunch of those scenes that are in the trailer that I really wish weren't, and there's a bunch of
Yeah.
a
I didn't
bunch
see
of
it,
stuff
thankfully.
from the trailer is like from the final scene. The whole thing with their eyelashes going together, like I feel like it's such an amazing visual, but it's like on the
Yeah, I
fucking
didn't-
poster.
Yeah.
You're
I think
like,
I saw.
what?
I don't think if I saw a trailer, I don't think I retained much of it.
See, I didn't
sit on
see
my-
the trailer, but I'd seen the poster, and I even that it broke my flow there at the finale, and they get those eyes together. It breaks your flow to go, oh, that's the
Yeah.
poster shot.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, you gotta sell the movie, and they it seems to have worked. So
Yeah.
I get it.
True producer over here.
Yeah,
I did.
I think
it's a balance.
in the same way that you're talking, they're going to be talking about this movie in 20 years or whatever and using it as examples of potentially of body horror. I think it's also going to be one that maybe was not intended to be, but will absolutely be a part of discourse around like trans and non-binary horror, because this was not the
I hadn't
intention
thought
of
about
the
that way,
filmmaker.
but yeah.
Well, I mean, what this film does is debunks the premise and the construct of gender in a way that's so fascinating that, like, if we follow along and believe that this is based on the mythology that is presented by this film, we in our truest and most complete form are post-gender. And I think that's super interesting. We have the sort of queer character, which creates a good twist because it does not present itself in like becoming someone who is like, non-binary or like gender queer in any way. But when we see the end of the movie, if that is the majority of the people, if they were reunited with the person that was like their other half, they would be someone who was like unburdened by the yoke of gender in a way that's really fascinating to me. I think that there is a version of this film that could be like super gender essentialist, but this one goes a totally different way that I think is really, really fascinating. And I know that was not the intent, but like intent and like impact are two different things, and I think that they accidentally made a really fascinating film about gender.
Yeah.
You're laughing
I
at
can
me.
see
Why?
that.
No,
You
that's actually
sold
a-
me.
a
We were
smart
talking
thought,
about this
yeah.
before the show, and I wasn't 100% sure. Like, to hear you spell it out that way is helpful. Not that I'd forgotten, but the like whole Play-Doh myth that the film is hung off of. I was, and I probably should have done this research. Is that like an actual Play-Doh thing? Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not.
What,
I mean,
can you
whatever.
explain this to me like I'm 5?
So it's this thing called like the split apart, and basically at one point in time in
Oh.
like early creation, there was
Souls
like
were split.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
one. It like split into two souls, and so like the desire
the
and the
Dark
drive
Crystal.
to find a partner is about finding the other half of your like cosmic half.
I've seen stuff
And-
like that in sort of like new agey circles.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
the like cult church that is at the center. This is like kind of new ageiness, in at some level.
I will say
The
this
cult footage was amazing.
this
That was such a
movie-
great
Yeah.
addition.
this movie succeeded in winning me over they did a really smart thing to win Eric over, which is to make me feel smart.
Every
And this-
filmmaker is sitting there taking notes, like,
And honestly, everybody
gonna-
probably
We
figured
got
this
to corner
out.
the Eric market. How do we get that part of the quadrant?
And honestly, everybody probably figured this out before me during the film, whatever. But I am the kind of person where like 9 times out of 10, when a twist happens, I'm like, you got me. I didn't fucking see that coming at all. When there is a moment about 3 or 4 scenes before they fully reveal it, where you see their wedding photo, but it's like half out of focus. But you can see in that photo, like that. I get it. They're the same person, like because you can
Yeah.
see they did a
Well-
really good job of making those two people. Like my guess is they just reverse engineered that from the actor, is my guess, and like
Yeah.
figured it out and kind of CG'd that photo.
Yeah.
Some
But,
AI,
like,
bro.
it's such a brilliant.
Yeah.
And then like a scene or two later, you see that he's got 2 wedding rings on, and I'm like, it's just
So-
I like the way they breadcrumb it.
Can I give you the other breadcrumb that I did not clock the wedding photo though? Like obviously it's like you said, it's like 2 or 3 scenes. When she goes to his house for the very first time and she rings the bell, and I was like, it's so weird. Who has a fucking like bell that you like ring? And then I was like, oh, the bells. And they did, but they
In the
explicitly
forest,
don't
that's
show
right.
it to you. They don't show
Interesting.
you the bell
Until they
like,
leave.
Yeah, until like a couple scenes later. I think it's actually the second time she goes there. They show it to you on the way in, and you're like, oh, then that's when they're like hitting you with it. But
That's funny. See, that's funny because I didn't clock on the bell because my mom had a bell hanging off the back door of the house that she'd ring when it was time to come in for dinner when we were kids.
yeah, straight
That's
straight
some
bell.
Midwest shit right there.
Yeah,
Chow time.
that's how you know you're
Yep.
hungry. Can I ask my other like thing that I might have missed, or maybe they left open because I think it could actually let the universe expand and like sequel potential. What the hell happened to the church? Why is the church underground?
They said something about a mine collapse or something briefly, and it was really quick in passing.
The guy
Sure, but,
said
like-
that there was like some kind of like collapse.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, I mean, like just based on when you're in that cave and the pews are like absorbed into the ground and like the bell is sort of like, it doesn't look like a mine collapse. It looks like it sort of like
An
melted
underground.
into the ground.
I mean,
kind
it's
of
kind
thing.
of like sinkhole-y, yeah,
Well,
because the
I-
church was above it, and then 'cause
Yeah.
you see
Yeah,
them
and
going
it's
down
like
an
into it, and
aquifer
it
kind
looks
of
like
thing.
things fell into this.
But
I honestly
But
it
the
took
cave
the
is still there. Like it's still
yeah,
a cave.
but I honestly took the I
sinkhole. I don't know.
just assumed that the pews and stuff are in that cave and melted in the wall because the magic's in the water that they're drinking out of that hole, so it's in
It's
the water
just, like,
table
all
around there,
just, like-
You
and
know what
it's
it was
just kind of
giving?
melty.
It was giving the final scene of Annihilation when they find the source of it.
Yeah.
I actually have
I
a
love that-
question.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, I love that dream sequence where the walls are sort of breathing, and it becomes
Yeah.
like almost very organic and like I
Yeah,
don't know, esophageal or urethral. I don't know. You choose a orifice,
A hole.
like orifice of your choice. But like, I love that scene.
I know what Cronenberg would pick. Why didn't the hikers fully transform?
Because
they tried to kill themselves in the middle of it or something?
Yeah, they didn't accept the merge. They like fought the merge, and
Yeah,
that's
because
why the guy
one of them
says to
stuck
him,
the knife in the neck.
yeah.
So that froze the.
yeah.
Yeah, because the guy
They
said
have
like,
to accept
don't
it to
fight it. You
convert.
won't like you basically don't fight it. You won't like the other option. And then we're cutting back and forth to that scene, and you see what it looks like if you fight it.
I think it's the most interesting choice in the film is the ending, like, because like ostensibly you want to fight codependence, right? And that's the struggle of the characters in the film is like, how do we retain ourselves, but also like figure out what this union is, and like, and you've been in it for so long, and those lines are blurred. That's kind of what the film is about, right? Like how the way that those lines blur between two people. And so I guess I was expecting in some way they got me. Like I was expecting in some way the ending that they
100%.
red herring you with, which is that one of them will like sacrifice themselves. But then like the fact that they flip that on its head, they choose to accept it. They have this scene with the Spice Girls playing, and like
A literal fabulous
we
needle
get some
drop.
we get some nudity, which is cool.
Yeah, we do.
Very cool. And
That was cool.
and then we just see him accept the I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, because it's about codependency, but it's also about the terror of deciding I'm going to give my life to another person. I'm going to spend the rest of my life with someone. I am going to have the ultimate intimacy with someone else for the rest of my life, and me becomes we. Like there's a version, and I think what they choose in the end is like a healthier version of that, like being like, I give myself over to fully committing my life to this other person. And it comes from
that's
What?
where I don't know if I'm with you on that. I don't know if
Well-
what they chose is like a, healthy thing so much as they just gave into they gave into this magnetic pull. That's why I think it's interesting because like there is a weird sweet romantic moment, but it's still dark and it's still dark and twisted.
It's like it's like based on the writer director's like actual relationship and like his
I understand.
his experience. Yeah,
fine,
so, like,
but I don't know
think
that watching the movie. So like
no, but
maybe
what I'm
it's
saying
an
is
interesting.
I think that's what he's trying to communicate.
Maybe it's an interesting Rorschach test in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was certain that the quote unquote happy ending to this movie would be them realizing they were not meant to be together. And I kind of had to wrestle with the fact that that is my cynical expectation. Like the only way you can be happy is to split apart. And so to be presented with something different and have to reckon with that and be like, okay, wait, no, there is a version of this. Like sometimes
However
a
you
happy
interpret
ending
it,
is staying together.
it is challenging to your point, which is
For sure.
interesting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Can
I
I
was
ask?
kind of relieved to be like, this feels weirdly radical to not have the grim bad ending and like not
To just give in.
yeah.
At the risk
Well-
of being the person who has to put things in well-defined silos, Rachel, what gender is the person at the end of the film that they?
I would say agender.
Yeah.
Agender.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't
Because-
Yeah,
think
now that you
yeah.
say it, that that person fully presents as like a trans person.
Well, and I was so excited for the door to open. Like literally,
Yeah.
I was like, I can.
I was like, they
to
better
see what this
fucking
person
show me.
looks like. Yeah,
I was like,
loved
you can't-
the detail of the three, like when they're going by the table after they show the saw and then they sweep back and it's just the three plates
Yeah.
at the table. I was
Yes.
like, it's gonna happen.
Listen,
What is
I
this
was
gonna
like,
look like?
you cannot tee me up on this the whole film and not show me the chimera.
Oh yeah.
Can
No,
you
that's
imagine? Like, I have to
that's
see
like
it.
the full Monty of the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The no, because it is interesting, and Rachel, you mentioned it earlier. Like the guy, the church member who is sort of like shepherding them. That's a two men situation, and so it's like he presents in a very sort of
Mask.
whatever cisgendered way in society. Like he can like show up at work and no one's like, "What's the deal?" You know,
Yeah.
with the future Millie Tim Millie. It would be better if it was like a cute name thing that we could do, you know. But
Tilly.
Tilly, I guess you're right. Tilly's right there for us. Yeah, like what does Tilly show up at work and is just like a teacher?
I did have
now,
questions.
or-
I did have questions. And also like
I mean,
You know, the
they're
parents
in a
aren't like
community where
that.
There's probably a few of these bouncing around. You know,
You
like
would
there might
just-
be infrastructure for this
Yeah.
specific
That's
cult
yeah.
in
You're
this
right.
town.
You're right.
I also thought it was interesting, like, the parents show up and they are just themselves, obviously, because this isn't happening to the whole world. But that kind of made me contemplate the difference in this
Okay,
universe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they've got the bell in front of their house now.
Yeah,
So,
they're in. They're like
like,
fully cult members
Yeah,
now.
like don't accept water from them. Is all I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
it's like Mexico rules. Like you open your own bottles. You want it to be carbonated so you can hear that fizz.
Okay, I gotta ask because it's us and our show. What's the chimera look like if it's a throuple?
Oh boy.
If it's
I
a
thought you were gonna say if
polycule.
it was the four of us.
the Eric
Listen,
Somebody make that an AI, please.
I think Chat GPT could probably cook that
Kill
up pretty
me!
fast. Yeah.
You have to get rid of your fedora. That's in that scenario.
Wait, I have a fedora. Who has the
No,
fedora?
no, the thruple member,
Yeah, the
molecule
throuple member.
guy. So,
They grow
Yeah.
one big fedora.
mhm.
Yeah, I really like the ending of this too, just because, like, especially when we compare this to the ending of Substance, which I did love the Substance, and I don't know that this outweighs it, but I think they're a great companion piece together. But I think there's a place for both of them. Substance has that big over-the-top body horror splatter ending that you want, whereas this has this kind of surprise, subtle ending for a body horror movie, and it works very well. And I think it's a nice, more than anything, with the changes they've made with adding body horror into this kind of story about codependence and stuff, is I think they made a pretty big change on how body horror movies typically end, and I really like that. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean they're very different. They're talking about very different things.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's a version of the substance that like
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're definitely different. Two
she's
different
not going to
movies,
have an
but-
awakening about like, you know, how deeply internalized her sort
Yeah.
of beauty stuff is. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I this is my first like maybe since Society feel good body horror. I don't know. That's not even really feel good, but it's just so fucking bonkers that you feel like I don't know, energized. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or exhausted. I don't know. That's a long scene.
It is kind of, regardless of how you feel about the implications of the ending, the way it's presented is exuberant.
Yeah.
And so there's
Yeah.
an energy there that's
I
super
also-
interesting.
I also think we're like meeting them at like an incredibly low point in their relationship, and maybe the movie doesn't do a good job of presenting them at a high point, but like they're in this weird period of transition. He's in incredible levels of grief. Like it's a really dark time. And maybe I wonder if it would feel differently to you at the end if we had some more hints of the high points, you know?
Well, no, but so this all right.
I have a lot of thoughts on this that's going to end up in a deep psychological deconstruction of my life that I don't
Well, I was just gonna like
All right,
if
well-
let me just go off the text of
Settle
the
it
film.
in.
We may have to, Rachel, we might have to offline.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna. Yeah.
I'm in.
But like
RCP,
for
yes.
me, this is where Rachel, I was sort of flagging where it's like one of the least believable things is how long she stayed with him, or like that they're still together, because you have this whole sequence where she's talking to her best friend.
John, this archetype doesn't think she wants this person, but she actually does.
Absolutely
Because
does.
she's
Okay.
in control of the relationship.
And
This
there's
is
like
what
a mommy
codependence
thing
is.
happening.
Yeah.
And also you have to like they mentioned it briefly, but they have been together since they were very young. They've only ever really been with each other. So, you know, if you know any
I
high
guess-
school sweethearts, they go through some shit.
I just mean like because they got together in college, right? I think I don't think they were together in high school. I think it's like it's either college or like right in any event. There's this whole bit where
6 months
she's like describing like the like thing that she loves best about him, and it was literally like from their very first date, and her friend is like, yeah, but that was 15 years ago or whatever, and it's I don't know, that to me where I'm like,
See, what's interesting here is we're on a spectrum. Like, I do understand why they're still together, and I think they're a terrible couple. Like, I disagree with both of you.
no, well, and Eric, your explanation of
perfect
the
couple. I
situation
just-
actually makes a ton of sense. I'm not pushing back. It is like Rachel, you were just saying like we could have seen them at more of a high point. Like in her brain, the high point was like week 1 of their relationship, like as she literally describes it in the film. So it's sort of like there were no other.
Well, and this is
Like,
why the ending is interesting to me, and complex, because to me, them giving in at the end is not positive. But that's the thing with codependence is, and the whole film, it's insidious. It's magnetic. You are wired for this kind of shit from your childhood and your experiences, and you can't like, you are secretly down underneath your psyche happy with this situation. Otherwise, like, you're miserable at the same time, but you're drawn to it for a reason. And so to me, the fact that they give into it at the end is actually really fucking dark.
So Eric, I actually will agree with you. My
Because
read
you
on
can
it was
be in a
not-
relationship and not be codependent. This is my point. Like, you
Yeah,
can
no,
be-
but my read on the film was
Says
not that
who?
they were like I did not have I did not necessarily read exuberance from them. Here's the thing: their decision at the end is made under duress. It's not like they're like, sure, let's do it. We'll stick together. It's like, no, their options were be like the hikers.
Except they make a decision. She kills herself, and he could have just let her die, right?
Sure, fair, but he's coming at it from a different place than she is, right?
But that's the codependence, right? Like, he can't picture his life without her. And so he's like, fuck it, we're just going to merge, is really like where he's at.
But I think she ultimately wants the same thing too, and they like have to get on the same page. Like they're on different pages at the beginning. They think they're in different places in the relationship, and by the end, they're like on the same page again. Because he asked her like, he asked her, do you want to separate? And she says no. and so they're the like make a commitment to each other. I don't know. As someone who is like incredibly commitment phobic, I connect with that part of the relationship, the dynamic. I'm like, it is fucking terrifying.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I have to rewatch this and like kind of.
It's a good rewatch, I will say.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
I also think making a commitment and being codependent are two completely separate things to me.
Sure.
They're often
Both
intertwined,
terrifying.
but you can do one without the other. That's kind of my point.
Yeah.
I mean, I
And,
believe
like-
that as someone who's been married for 16 years or whatever, you know, like so. Yeah.
Again, if I go any deeper, it's going to be...
No,
I know.
well,
Same. I was like, I was ready
We're
to
all
say
nervous.
some shit that I'm like, you know what, Rachel? Not today.
We're going to have a quorum, Rachel.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
We'll talk
Um,
about your codependency and my commitment phobia.
Exactly.
It'll be great.
We'll meet in the middle somewhere. Anything else? Hell of a sit. That's what I would
Hell
say.
of a set. I agree.
All right. Would you recommend this movie, Rachel?
Oh, yeah. Big time. This is one of my favorites this year. It's going on the top 10.
John?
Yes.
Casey?
You betcha.
Yeah. Big thumbs up. 4 thumbs up from the BGH crew. All right. Let's take a quick break. And on the other side, let's look at my top 10 list.
Yeah. I missed you guys. This was fun tonight.
Yeah. No, it's a good one.
Send feedback to info
my
at
schedule's been crazy this summer, but it should be more
or
chill
on
now.
Twitter using hashtag AskBGH. Join Patreon to get back episodes and much more. Patreon.com/bloodygoodhorror.
John, my dad's been listening to the show.
Oh,
And
he really ran out of shit to do, huh?
well, you know, trying to retire this year.
Tim.
And he was like, "Wow, you really think about things." I was like, "That's the biggest compliment and insult you've ever given me." Thanks.
I love a complimentary insult.
Lo-
That like
love-
really
love you, Big
like
Timber.
it's like allows me to absorb the compliment.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, I know you're not just saying that because you like me. You know.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like CRISPR.
Actually-
It's like the little thing. that
Actually, the
allows it to
biggest
get into the
compliment
DNA.
insult I've said this before, but it was when I sent Joe when I started making music, and his response was, "I'm not trying to be a dick, but did someone help you with this?" I'm good. Thanks, buddy.
Thank
No, actually.
you.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Maybe it's my own exuberance this evening, but I am going to put this at number 3 on my list,
Ooh.
giving us a top 5 of The Ugly Stepsister, Sinners, Together, Companion, The Rule of Jenny Penn. I'll tell
I
you
love
what,
it. I love it.
I will say,
Smoking.
and I will say, and I think this is going to be reflected over time. I'm cooling on Sinners a little bit. I might have to rewatch it.
Oh, interesting.
I'm starting to think Sinners might be a touch overrated.
Come over here.
It is like it's
I need to
gonna get
rewatch.
like Oscar nominations, I assume. Like it
I need
just,
to
I feel
rewatch.
like it's, you know.
Crash won an Oscar.
All right, settle down. No, I just mean like it's like so universally beloved. Like I almost like, are you just reacting to the like overexposure in pop culture, or
I think it's just as the year goes on, we're seeing more pure horror stuff, and the horror is like the worst part of Sinners.
Fair.
So
the
I don't
best
think it's
part
bad.
though
I'm just
is
like,
Michael
is
B.
it number
Jordan.
2? I have a
So-
feeling it's not gonna. It's gonna start getting bumped down. I think.
Okay, interesting. I'm waiting, as always. I'm waiting till the end of the year, and I'm going to sit down and look at. I look at. The
I
year
will
as a
say, I will say. So we're now in August. I'm getting to the point where like, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but I'm getting skeptical of something bumping The Ugly Stepsister out of my number 1.
whole. Eric, hold on. Here's the thing, though. There's a little film coming in just 1 week from now.
Uh-huh.
It's called Jimmy and Stiggs,
Oh.
and
Is that from the horror section? I heard their CEO just got a haircut. I saw it on
Pretty sure.
TMZ.
DMC hasn't gotten the update yet. They have not gotten the update yet.
Lord.
Eric, Jimmy and Stiggs in theaters August 15th. I cannot review the film, obviously, for obvious reasons. But if you want to put it on your top 10 list proactively, like, I'm not going to stop you.
Where would you suggest it go?
Look, Ugly Stepsister is fine. It's a fine film. That's like all of it right now. And I just want Eric to leave room in his heart for Jimmy and Stiggs. So,
Well, I still got plenty of stuff to bump on this top 10, so
okay.
I'll be sure to check
All
it
right.
out.
That is a shout out though for everyone. Please, just go get your tickets for Jimmy and Stiggs. What are we doing?
If you want John to still have a job,
yeah,
go
please.
see Jimmy and Stiggs. That's kind of what it comes down to.
Yeah,
love
I'm
of
gonna
God,
like
go see it.
organize like me and my whole squad are gonna go see it.
Yes.
Like,
Tell
planning a movie
friends.
night. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
dragging them all. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck have you taken me to?"
John,
I'm
can
gonna
you
tell
give
them
out-
like, it's a Steel Magnolias revival. Just kidding.
John, you may have said this, but is it this Friday?
It is August 15th.
So next Friday, August 15th, after this
Yes,
comes
there
out.
are
Got
screenings
it.
on the 14th. You know what though, Eric? You can get your tickets now because the tickets are on sale, and it doesn't hurt the old horror section if you buy early. Signal to the exhibitors that the enthusiasm is high. So
Should I
we would love
should I
that.
search in real time and see if it's around me?
Please?
Will that
Yeah,
backfire
I'm gonna
on
do
me?
the
I
same.
can tell
And
you,
everyone
Eric,
at home, this is an interactive
We're
moment in the
doing it
pod.
live.
Everybody get it out.
Eli
it's
Roth
playing-
presents, not John Schnars presents.
You know, we're working to John. It's pretty soon. It'll be Eli. And John. No,
I got
he's-
nothing around me. Yeah,
Get out of here! All right,
Yeah.
I'm calling the.
I'm gonna hit
Call me.
notify me though.
That you're missing the Eric quadrant. We just talked
Um,
about this, John.
Eric, I know you could drive about 90 minutes to Crystal Run because it is booked at Crystal Run right now.
What is that?
It's in Newburgh. That's like the Newburgh Mall.
Newburgh. That's like another planet, John. That's like
I know.
Tatooine to me.
We could probably maybe drive over into Massachusetts. I don't know. We could find you.
It's playing in Lee, Mass. That's about an hour from here.
I'll look. I'm gonna set my location, the old Rotterdam. Junction.
While everyone runs to find if Jimmy and Stiggs is there, I want to thank people for hanging out on the
Several
YouTube
many
live
places.
stream this week. Patreon.com/bloodygoodhorror. We've had a bunch of new patrons on there lately. People coming in hot, supporting the show. Really appreciate that. You can get a live stream of the show. You can get access to the back catalog. You can get Slack. I will say, John, one of my favorite things about Slack, 7-8 years later, we are still doing huge get-togethers for the last drive-in episodes. People staying up all night watching those movies. They played Piranha last week. It was a lot of fun.
God.
In
Yeah.
the chat. Yeah, so it's really fun. Patreon.com/bloodygoodhorror, and we have people hanging out with us on YouTube. Shout out to Jace, Ryan, Samantha Christ, Liz, Levi. Is tonight the night I get John to watch my short films? We may never know. John, his short films are actually good, and I say that as somebody who generally hates short movies.
No, I know
Yeah.
your bar is high. I've seen one Levi short film.
Like, you guys know me
That
enough
was
to
that
know
the
I
one
wouldn't.
in the bar.
I wouldn't
The church
Yeah.
in a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
yeah.
Let's see. Jay says Schnarr's long hair equals Sebastian Stan. Schnarr's short hair equals young Bill Pullman, which I like.
Oh,
Hey.
Like Independence Day, President
Yeah.
Pullman,
thinking
you know?
risky. Or no, it was not. It was not Risky Business. Ruthless People. Bill Pullman. That's the one.
there you go.
That's the one.
He was
Samantha-
probably like 30 in that movie. Yeah.
He was like a fetus in that movie. I'm kidding.
Samantha Christ says Allison Brie plus contortionist moves equals win.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jay says much better than the substance is a real hot take. All right, how about I say I just prefer it?
you had a better time.
You're allowed to prefer things.
I had a better
That's
set.
fine.
Yeah, I think that's total. I mean, listen, the substance is a rough sit. It is a rough sit, but I don't know. I like an ordeal.
My problem with the substance, as we discussed in
dear.
the show,
We can't do this again.
the whole core of the
tearing us apart,
idea, the whole core idea of the film does not make sense because she doesn't actually get to enjoy and she's not experiencing what the younger version is doing. She goes into a fucking coma and then wake. But what's the point of any of it then? There's no reason to keep going.
Correct. What is the point of any of it? Why do we do this to ourselves? You don't actually enjoy it. Like, there is no there.
Yeah,
Chasing
except
beauty standards is empty.
Okay.
Rachel, have you seen
I get that
Eric's
from
episode?
society's standpoint. I don't get it from.
Eric's like, as someone who's beautiful, I disagree.
Yeah.
I can't relate.
I've chased the beauty standards and
I'm
I've
only
caught
getting-
them.
I'm only getting more handsome with age, Rachel. So
That is true. That
see the
is
gray in
true.
this beard.
I do.
That's more of an indictment on my younger self, but anyway. Let's see. Samantha Christ, who hurt you, Eric? How much time do you
Yeah.
have, sir?
I'm re-upping
Don't
that
open that
question
door.
after the last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Grab a pen. The Jay says fedora. Fedora. And Liz is mad we didn't get into more personal stuff, but Liz, we've given you plenty on the show.
Come on,
up.
Liz.
That sounds like more of a Patreon pledge, and maybe we'll get there. We'll start releasing our therapy sessions.
Yeah. We need like an
No, thank
after
you.
dark tier. The after dark tier is what we just
Yeah. And Jay says, I'm going to put this one on the screen. That's a terrific top 5.
All right, Jace, don't
James knows how to get on the screen. He knows. what he's
encourage.
John, I know you like to laugh about it, but like the rule of Jenny Penn is fucking awesome. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Why is
No,
that
no.
funny?
It's more.
I
just-
really don't get it.
It's a very strange movie. I'm gonna go finish. I actually never finished watching
It's
it. I'll finish it.
fantastic.
Wow.
You might say it's right now the 5th best horror film of 2025. In fact, at
Maybe
least
you might. Yeah.
Don't worry,
One-
Eric. It's
one
still on
could.
my list.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that, Casey.
It's not. It may not be as high, but it's on there.
Casey, what do we got on threads? I had something else, but I forgot.
We got a couple threads out there. Let's see here. First one we got from Calinot. You've all just accidentally drank the water. Who are you getting stuck to?
Probably one of my cats. That's a rough go for me.
So like I mean maybe I told you or we've talked about this. Actually probably not because we didn't do the show last week. So my kids have been gone they're in the middle of 3 weeks of summer camp. So like we're on day like 10 out of 20 days that they're gone. And my wife and I are just like working from home together. It's like almost COVID level versions of like never being apart from each other. So like it's an obvious answer for me. We're borderline there already.
Can you repeat the question? I was zoned out.
You just drank the water. Who are you getting stuck to?
They know who they are.
Oh,
Eric, do you still have the dog that's like was really sick all the time? Is that dog still around?
John,
I don't know.
John, I put that dog down a year ago.
Stop it. A year?
Are you actually kidding right now?
Lord.
No, I mean I'm not kidding. Now I feel
Yes.
badly, but like,
No, that
It
was
was like
Nugget. Nugget had a
at the same
phlegm
time.
thing,
yeah.
and I put him down a year ago. Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry, guy. Hopefully you've rebounded.
yeah, I'm doing fine.
Yeah, all right, great.
Costing me
As
less
far as the
money.
question goes, I mean, Colleen and I have been together for 31 years. It happened years ago.
Yeah, you already are.
Yeah,
You're already there.
that was like year 10. All right, next up we got from Well Adjusted Podcast. What's your biggest relationship regret?
Fuck out of here.
That one's a
I'm not
little
saying
hard
that
on
on
the
the
nose.
internet.
Fuck out of here.
Even I'm not saying that.
Oh my lord.
What if I don't have any? Can I just say that? No regrets.
Oh, please. Come on. You got to have one.
What do you mean? I don't. I'm not
It
sure.
doesn't
I
have to be
understand.
huge, but it has to be some like mistake you made. In
I
a
mean, listen,
relationship
there
or-
were certainly lessons we'd all like to learn at an earlier age. At least that's how I feel. There were lessons I learned at 38. I wish I had learned when I was 20. Let's say that, but that's not how life works. Also, I'm like I wouldn't change anything about where I am. So I think
Yeah.
to have a regret denotes that you'd want to change something.
I have regrets about how I handled things. You know what I mean? Like I definitely hurt people unnecessarily. That I have a lot of regret about like one or two things in particular. Not
Yeah.
because I'm like being like, oh, I don't know. I definitely when I was younger was not responsible with other people's feelings in a way that I would now.
Interesting.
Be.
I think for me,
So
it's like
I do
I
have
I
wish
could say that
Yeah.
too. I think.
I wish I knew myself and believed in myself enough at a younger age, and I think that would have affected the change that I would have wanted.
If you're out there calling, I'm sorry.
Colin.
Genuinely.
But
Oh no!
as I just said,
we do need a quorum.
but like I just said, 31 years. I'm pretty good.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, we've covered it, but Casey's by far the most stable member of the show. In like every
Yeah.
way.
Remember there was like whose life
He's
would
had
you
the
swap
same
with? And
big
I'm like,
job basically
Casey.
since we started this goddamn thing. Same house.
Yeah. Same wife.
I've had about 6 jobs. I've moved 8 times at least. You know.
Yeah. All right, we got one last one here from Metal Prof. I will likely have listened to this episode before I go see the movie just because of my schedule. Have I made a mistake?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fine.
but it's too
What-
late now. So.
But
we
I
got
don't
this
think it
far.
like ruins the movie to have gone through the conversation. I don't know.
I think it does
this-
because I think one of the best things about it. I mean, ruin is a strong word, but
It's a
I think the
different experience.
unpredictability
Yeah.
and not knowing what's going to happen is one of the best parts of it. Cause
So,
that's so rare
but
these
this
days.
is where I go. If you've seen the trailer, which sure, some people haven't seen the trailer, but if you've seen the trailer, like
okay.
a lot of it is there. Like you could put
Boo.
together where this thing goes, basically. So
I appreciate just like the bonkers, like non-plottiness of the Jimmy and Stiggs trailer. So, just so you know.
good luck
know.
figuring out where Jimmy and Six goes. That's
I mean,
what-
like you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like and then this happens and then this happens and then this happens and here also is the end. Enjoy. Like
All right.
it's a vibe. It's a mood piece.
And that's it for
Strap
Threads,
in.
Eric.
I'm excited. I'm not gonna show a single person I'm taking. Matilda's seen the trailer, but no one else gets to see it. I'm just gonna inflict it on them, and I
Just
cannot
take 'em.
wait.
yeah,
You
please.
guys may be my only friends at the end of the experience, but you know, worth it. Worth it.
Or people might be calling you, being like, "Hey, what else you got?"
That's true.
I'm wishing Scarlet Lane Brewery wouldn't have closed down here in Indy, the ones that used to do the Horror Hound beer, because I would have been trying to get them to do a screening.
Let's go. Yeah. Eric.
I'm trying to find stupid things. All right. Number 1, Teddy Kruger. What celeb would you like to be fused with? Eric, it's okay for you to choose Fassbender and McAvoy. Listen, I love
You can have a
McAvoy.
throuple.
No. It's Fassbender. He's my number 1. McAvoy's fine for a weekend, but it's Fassbender.
The only problem is like once you fuse, you can no longer gaze upon them, and they're like these are all people whom I want to look at.
They're pretty people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
I would
fair.
I guess if I was gonna fuse with someone, like it would have to be someone I freaking vibe with, like just who I have. I'm gonna fuse with Matilda. Like we hang, we go together well. We have the same hobbies in common.
Now
You know
here's
what
an
I mean?
interesting thought.
You'd
right?
have like 32 cats, though. That would be very problematic.
Yeah, I mean collectively between the two of us, I think we have 8 right now. So like you know, there's room to grow.
like they're
And how
kind of the
many
same.
raccoons?
They're
Yeah.
kind of the same
7?
height. Like if there's a big height discrepancy, do you just end up in the middle somewhere? Like how does that
I
work?
think so.
So many unanswered questions.
You know, I was thinking about that, Eric, because like in the case of like if Colleen and I were to fuse
Massive
like
height
that,
difference. Yeah.
because she's 5 foot and I'm 6 foot, so it'd be like wearing her as a backpack, more or less.
I have my celebrity choice.
Well, it's like a
Pat
Quado
Oswalt.
situation.
Yeah.
I would just be laughing all the time, like having the best time watching Star Wars movies. Pat Oswalt,
cracking
that's my
yourself up.
celebrity.
There you
merge.
go.
Yes, I mean, I already do that enough. Like,
That's true. Fair.
Blob Nelson, is Dave Franco a good actor or the worst actor?
I love Dave Franco.
I
I
think
will
he's
not
fine.
be having
He's-
this impugning of the
He's
Franco.
very
Other
charming.
Franco, yes. This one, no.
And honestly, he's very charming, and they've been talking a lot about like their relationship in the press tour, and I'm in love with them. They seem like the sweetest couple.
It really
Yeah.
it was like the weekend of relationship press tours between them and Liam Neeson and
Oh my
Pam
god,
Anderson.
they're the best.
I mean,
Him and
settle
Pam
down,
Anderson.
guys.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Love that for him. This is a good question that I have an answer to, but it's not the one he's looking for. Four Colored Craig, he's our friend who inducted us into the Vice Hall of Fame. Eric, is the second Dexter reboot working for you? Is anyone watching it? Is my
No.
question. So also no.
Should I be?
But the
I'm waiting
trailer,
for the season to come out.
the trailer looked really interesting. The trailer's about like he somehow ends up in New York City and gets sucked in with somebody who like stalks and collects serial killers, like an eccentric rich person who's like fascinated by serial killers and tries to bring a bunch of them together. So it looks very like they're leaning into like a campier. I think Peter Dinklage is like, it's got a really interesting like cameo filled cast, and like maybe they're doing it the right. Here's my problem.
Feels like
Dexter-
Tom Cruise is the mummy. Like,
Here's my problem. Hold on, let me look up the.
you know what I mean? When they were like, but Russell Crowe is Mr. Hyde. Like,
Yeah, it's going to be. It feels like it's going to be like
Okay, listen
serial
to
killer
this.
of the
So the
week.
cast is some of the original characters. Christian Slater is in it. Patrick Dempsey, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Eric Stonestreet, Neil Patrick Harris, Peter Dinklage, Uma Thurman, like
What?
Kristen Ritter. Yeah. So also Jennifer Carpenter, who didn't she fucking die? Did they bring her back in the first?
well, I mean, so
reboot?
did Dexter, didn't he?
No, he just drives off into. You don't know that he's dead. That's why they could retcon it so easily.
I just thought it was like an Alien 4.
No, it was
situation,
very
and he was a
Batman.
clone-
Like
gonna be a
he,
clone.
so she dies, and he like has to lay her down, and then he gets in a boat. And he drives into a hurricane, but you don't actually see him die. But this is my point.
This is in the last reboot. Like,
No. What I'm talking about is the end of the original series,
Yeah,
and this is my point. That series broke my heart so fucking badly in the last 2 seasons. I will never fucking go back and watch more of it because I
Yeah.
don't
First
care if it's
4.
new people.
First 4. That's it.
I don't care if it's
it
new
peaked
people.
at Trinity.
There's no
Yeah.
fucking saving that thing. And the other thing that just really sank that, honestly, and I think people forget this, that series was finishing up at the exact same cultural moment as Breaking Bad. They both had their series finales in the same week. Like,
Oh wow.
it was like Monday and Tuesday, or like Sunday and Tuesday, or something like that. So it was really hard to go from like what's probably the best finale in television fucking history to whatever was happening on Dexter. Like it was, it was just an abomination. And it's like, I'm going on a rant now. Dexter
Get
to
in
me is
there.
like Sopranos. This is gonna be a hot fucking take. I don't think Sopranos is very good, but I think you have to give Sopranos credit because it was, and same thing with Dexter. They were like the origin of prestige TV. And by the time they were both wrapping up, the second wave had come and was like taking it to just such a better level that I think everything that's come after that has really blown both of those things out of the water. I just think Dexter, when you go back and look at it, does not age well because there's been so much prestige TV that's just been so much better since that. It was unique. for
I
the
can't
time.
even-
rewatching
I cannot
Sopranos
even
now.
address all the
I'm
things
into
you
it.
just said. I can't.
don't-
There's too many.
I've
things.
never understood the Sopranos love. Honestly, I'd much rather
Sopranos
just
has
go
a
watch.
great ending, though.
fucking
Like, it has an
Goodfellas or something.
incredible ending.
It's whatever. Sopranos is very high on the like top to bottom,
Yeah.
incredible. Like I actually don't think there's like I'd have to go back, but it's like there's like 1 or 2 seasons where it's like they're like a 7 out of 10 instead of like an 8 or a 9. You know, like
Yeah.
I get what you're saying though. Like when I try to go back and watch like The Shield or Oz, I'm like, oh,
The Shield is another perfect. The Shield was so groundbreaking at the time.
Yeah,
it's
but
just like
it's
anything
not-
else now. It's
yeah,
hard
it's
in
not great
retrospect to go
now.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
Can I just ask while we're talking about prestige TV and just like so,
dude,
Susan,
I didn't. Sorry, Rachel. I never fucking missed an episode of The Shield. I was obsessed.
No,
with that
absolutely not.
show.
Even after they strangled that cat, I kept going. That's how much I was into it.
That show was like, and it was on. The fact that it was on actual. I mean, it was cable, but like the stuff they were
But it
bringing
was
on cable
pushing
TV was
some boundaries.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, John.
no, I was gonna ask, did anybody watch The Pit? Are you guys have you gone through The Pit?
I need to finish that one. I've only watched
I've
like,
heard
the
it's
first two.
great. The medical stuff freaks me out. I don't know. I can't do it.
It's just like a very interesting like
Did you see that person got kicked out for being in a weird cult?
being in what?
One of the actors got fired for being in a weird cult.
Oh no, I look, Rachel, as you know, I don't always keep up with the comings and goings.
Well, it's not your literal day job, so I'll give you a pass.
Yeah, fair. I mean, if I was trying to cast the said person, maybe we would have to know these things. But no, it's just like it's like an interesting like milepost in the sort of quote unquote prestige. Well, everything's prestige TV. Like, what isn't prestige TV anymore? Like, because it's like I feel like
Animal
it is
Control
now,
on Fox.
unless you're on one of the 3 networks.
you're watching
that's
like
what
Love
TV is.
Island or whatever the fucking what's the show on
Or
Peacock?
it's reality. Yeah.
Yeah. So
No, but everything coming out of streamers, it's all that same model. That,
well,
like,
because
12
they're
episode-
dialing. So the thing I
I
like
would
about
say
the Pit
the
is
hunting
it's-
wives, maybe.
Well, yeah, we have not dipped, but even like so, like every show is basically dialed into the number of episodes that allows them to keep a production level that they would like. Like there's not a lot of like workman TV anymore because there's
There
no.
are no bottle
domain.
episodes, no
Yeah.
like filler, which I miss honestly. Those are
But
always
the Pit is like 16 episodes. It's like wild. It's like it has more. I don't know. Length to it than some of these seasons where we'll like watch a season of TV and it's like 8 episodes. I'm like, okay, it's either great or I'm like, this should have been a movie. Like, why did you stretch this to 8 episodes? So
Yeah. I hate
So what
that.
you're saying is you're a size queen, Schnars.
Oh,
maybe I
Wow.
don't know. Maybe
well.
I reserve. I will put like I still have like 7 episodes of The Pit to go. So if I come back and say, forget it, guys, don't bother. But it's been an interesting little thought experiment that we're doing here.
I don't know what it is. I've never heard of it.
It's 24 meets ER, so it's real time
I do
hospital
love
drama.
24.
I know you love
Well,
24.
I did love 24.
Talk about a
Yeah.
show that had a real steep fall off, but I stayed with it anyway. Like including
Yeah.
the terrible
Well,
spinoff, like the
you know
reboot
what?
and the spinoff.
All right, now I'm going to keep going. 24 and Dexter had a very similar problem, which was that every season teased that the ending of the last season was a paradigm shifting thing that was going to change everything. And then like 24 was the fucking worst at this. Like he would be like a fugitive from justice and oh my God, he doesn't have any power anymore. And then in the first episode, he'd have a beard and they'd find him in like a fucking cave. And then 15 minutes in, beard is shaved. They gave him a promotion. He's back, and
Yeah.
we just start the same tropes from every other.
He's the
season.
only one that could solve the problem.
By
Yeah.
the time like
mean-
that happened 4 times, I was finally like, guys, I don't think that we're ever gonna get anything new here. And Dexter's the same way. They just racked up that same formula every single year and never got out of it. And this is why, not to bring in another show, this is why I think that Weeds is one of the most brilliant fucking television shows of all time because they changed the setting of that show and the paradigm of the characters every single season.
That is true.
That's
that
why
is
that
true.
show is fascinating.
That is true.
God, you're dropping all kinds of hot takes about early 2000s television at this point.
I was watching a lot of TV back then.
You
John.
were, yeah.
Now it's just it is interesting how much stuff but now it's just I don't know, Vanderpump Rules and like
Eric, have you watched
Instagram.
K-pop Demon Hunter yet?
I
No,
just
but the-
watched that.
no, but my little ladies are all over it. I know all the music by heart because that's all we listen to in the car.
Well, my kids went to summer camp, but they like literally it was like the week before they left. It was like really starting to pop off, and they watched it like 2 or 3 times. So I like absorbed like a little bit of it.
My
Now it's,
daughter
like, the biggest fucking
likes
movie
to
in
make the
the
demon
world.
face. I will say I like the music slightly better than the music of the Zombies series on Disney.
Oh God, yes.
Which it's okay. That music's okay, but the Demon Hunter music is better.
But where do you rank Descendants music?
I hate Descendants music. So like, I actually think the Zombies music is better,
Oh wow!
and then I
I would have
think
gone
the
other
K-pop
direction.
music is even better than
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I agree. The K-pop Demon Hunter music is the best of the three. I would go Descendants over Zombies.
What I think is, I just have time tonight. Apparently, what I think is really interesting about, what I think is interesting about this kind of music, specifically though on Descendants, is that, and I guess like, is Lin Manuel Miranda, is he somehow involved in this, or is this just somebody aping his shit basically?
I actually don't know. I don't think. I'd be surprised.
It's like everything has become Uber music, where it's a little bit of every genre, and what you get is just a shitty. It's pablum. It's like it's a
Yeah.
little bit dance music, it's a little bit hip hop, it's a little bit dubstep, it's a little bit like corporate rocky, and it's just like everything's become an Uber genre of music now that these kids are listening to, and it's just all shitty.
So my experience of it though is like we'll be listening to some like kids playlist in the car that because my kids make like Spotify playlists that they want to listen to, and we'll like put one of theirs on, and a song will come on. I'll be like, oh, this isn't the worst song I've ever heard. Like, what's this from? And they'll be like, oh, it's from Descendants. So like I don't
Interesting.
I don't claim to know all the songs, but I'll just like hear one and be like,
Well, but and so what I like about the Demon Hunter music is it's like it picks a genre,
yeah,
and it just is really good music from that. It's just like
it's in the name of the movie.
yes.
Fair.
I
Okay.
have thoughts.
Rachel, did
This
you
is-
like it?
I was just on vacation. It's when you bring it up, like I was just on vacation, drove over 5 days, like 14 hours all around the Northeast, and all we listened to was Zombies and K-pop Demon Hunters playlists on Spotify. So like,
There you
I
go.
can sing those zombie songs by heart,
Wow.
all the harmonies, John.
Nice. Okay.
Don't miss those days.
Yeah.
Listen, it's better than the Wiggles, which is what I was listening to during the pandemic, and
Ugh.
made me want to kill myself. So
Yeah.
it could be worse.
Could be worse.
It's a great episode of 30 Rock though with the fake Wiggles. I think they're called the Woggles.
Yeah.
Oh
Jenna
shit!
tries-
I forgot.
We
about
just
that.
watched
We
that
need to
like
do
2
a
weeks
30
ago.
Rock rewatch.
So
That
good.
show
I
was
love
so
30 Rock
funny.
so much.
So good.
If we just finished a rewatch like 2 weeks before this most recent one, it's good stuff.
All right, two more quick questions. It's Jackie Ruth says, "What's your favorite horror movie scene in a bathroom stall?" I'm gonna say, and it's because I find it really silly. It's the opening of Scream 2, when Omar Epps and Jada Pinkett Smith get murdered in the Omar Epps specifically because he somehow stabs through like a metal like bathroom stall and stabs him through his head with a little pocket with his little like switchblade knife thing, and it just like I'm like, you can't do that. But it's a good scene. It's like a good scene as long as you don't think about it too much.
That's a great poll. I don't know if I have a good answer to this.
The only other thing I could think of is the Glory Hole movie that we watched.
Glorious. I
That's
was
what
gonna
I
say
thought.
Glorious was pretty great. Yeah. I feel like wasn't there something like completely grotesque that happened in a bathroom stall in
Mandy.
Feminist Werewolves? I love it. Ginger snaps. Isn't there like something
Oh.
super gnarly that happens in a bathroom stall in that? Am I imagining? Doesn't she like? Am I blending it with something else?
You might be right, but I can't remember.
Like somebody's butt like falls out in there. I feel like that was in that movie.
I hate my butt.
You know what actually was really fucking scary? I'm gonna give it to this
I
one.
got one, and then go ahead.
Halloween 2019, when the girls in the podcasters in the stall, and Michael comes up and drops the teeth in front of the bathroom stall, and there's like that
Oh.
cheese scene in the.
I do
the
remember that
bathroom.
scene. Yeah.
That's I think probably my favorite.
I'm gonna go with Friday the 13th Part 5, and Miguel A. Nunez, who plays like a punk character, has a bad burrito and gets the shits and has to go into like a trailer park outhouse, and he gets murdered by Jason while he's in there.
Yeah,
I knew where
that.
you were going with it, so I knew where that scene ended.
You've seen it, iconic, John. And he's like
Yeah.
singing a song. It's the whole thing.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Last question of the night. Brian Wolford, favorite horror couple. I'm partial to Trash and Suicide from Return of the Living Dead myself. They're sort of not really a couple, though. They're like a couple in her mind only. And he's kind of just like, he's just all about the punk life. He's got no time for romance.
Yeah, Gomez and Morticia for me.
It's a good one. My
got
mind is going
romance, you
completely
got
blank.
pure
That's
love.
a good one, Casey. That's a good pull. Here you go. Frankie says, "Someday" is on my playlist. That's from Zombies, John. Someday. The problem is that it's like, and it's brilliant from a musical perspective, but it's like a motif that repeats throughout all the songs. So when you listen to the playlist, you kind of
It's
hear
just-
that same main
Yeah.
thing like 1,000 times.
Couples. I don't know.
What was that zombie movie that was sort of like a rom-com with
Warm bodies.
Yeah.
bodies? Yeah. I really liked. Okay, it was.
What about Lisa Frankenstein, guys? This was like your favorite
Yeah,
movie.
let's go with
Yes.
that one. I like that. That's a
Lisa
perfect
Frankenstein
answer.
is great. I also really
Made me feel
loved. I can't remember the name of the movie. It's with Chalamet and Zendaya.
Oh, Bones and
Oh,
All.
Bones and All. Yeah, that's a good one.
Loved them in that movie. I
Yeah.
thought they were great.
No, Lisa Franken. That's perfect. Yes.
That wasn't
Lisa
mine. I was
Frankenstein
just teeing that
poster
up
right
for you
above me,
guys.
John.
I'm gonna, in my head canon, it's yours, and and you
Love it.
come to the right side of history.
That's it for questions. That's it for the show. Don't forget on the 15th, go see Jimmy and Stiggs.
Hey!
So John can buy a third home, everybody. Let's help support our podcasters out here. And next week, it is weapons. Yeah? Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? John is out. He's off doing some Hollywood shit. Rachel, you want to get us a zombie gal to join us?
I'm sure I could scrape something up.
Love it. Well, let me know if you can't. We haven't bothered Joe Ferry in a while, so we could always.
That is true.
I do
But if
like
you
to
let
make
me
him
know.
watch
You let me
theatrical
know.
stuff he'd never watch otherwise. No, you tell me. We'll figure it out. You tell me what you got, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Next week, weapons. All the BGH vacations are done, so we back. I appreciate everybody's patience. That's it. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll talk to you guys next week.
See you.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.